If you're not going to have children, what are you going to do with your lives?
Travel, just pursue anything that makes me happy, try to make money. I love traveling, so I would probably just
drink cocktails on the beach. Okay, next.
About the same thing, like travel, focus on my career and things like that. My career will become my baby.
I honestly just want to get right into my career.
Do whatever the fuck I want.
I plan on becoming a doctor, so I'm just my career.
A life without children is atheist, and it's a name, and it's pointless. And you may sit here and think that your career matters, but the truth is that your job will fire you out of wind and they'll kick it a solitary shit. And when you're 52 and you're past it, with no grandchildren, in a house by yourself, and all your friends have grandchildren, this beautiful life, and you're sitting there by yourself, you think the fact that you could afford a few extra Gucci bags is going to genuinely make you feel happy? And if you sit here and genuinely think that you're going to work your ass off through your fertile years, and by the age of 54, you're not going to be suicidal alone with a cat, then you're dumb. Female life is more valuable than male life. I will tell you right now, us men are, if someone comes in this door with a gun, we are prepared to die to protect you. We would die on the Titanic so the women could live. If we talk about 5 men dying in a car crash, no big deal. If you talk about 5 women dying in a car crash, it's a big deal. Female life is super valuable, and you are super valuable members of society, and you have something very, very important to do. You have a far more important purpose on the planet. You procreate, you create life. It's a beautiful thing. You have far more important things to do than be out here carrying garbage. That's why men do it. It's hard to be the only coward in the room. It's easy to be brave when everyone else is brave. I think we're evolutionarily designed to be that way. If you look at going over the top, they didn't send one man over the top by himself. You charged in a group. There's something about the fever of being in a group that makes you braver. So the first thing I would recommend is that if you have cowards in your life, try not to be too close to them. And I'm not saying get rid of your friends, but at least have some friends who are certainly brave. If I have to act bravely, if I had to charge into a burning house, I know which ones of my friends I'd want beside me. Everyone understands that age-old saying that the 5 people you hang around with, most of, you're going to be the sum of those 5 people. If everybody knows that's true, then you should be very careful with who those 5 people are. If you choose 5 brave people, then what are you going to do? I have no problem with people disliking me. I didn't go on the internet expecting everybody to like me. I know there's a bunch of people who are going to misunderstand me. I know I'm doing good for the world. I know that I'm a positive influence, and that's what matters more to me than a bunch of bullshit and idiots. If you look at any man who's very good at being a man, most of them have had extremely traumatic lives. Yeah. If you're going to talk about the most brave man you can think of, he's been through trauma. If you think of the best soldier you can think of, he's been through trauma. If you find a man who's never had any traumatic experiences, he's terrible at being a man. Yeah. He's weak and he's soft and he'll collapse and he's never struggled. I know all the shit I went through and all the pain I had to suffer to become the man I am. And every time I meet another guy who has his life in order, it's the same story. This fucked me up, but I thought, fuck it, I'm going to attack the world anyway. Yeah. You have to be vulnerable. You have to feel it. You have to accept it, but you have to put it in a positive direction. This is what's so dangerous about what we were saying earlier, where people make excuses and externalize because they're taking that trauma and that pain instead of going, I fucked up. She left me because I wasn't good enough. I'm going to become better. Instead, she is the problem. It's there. And then they lose their ability to go and become something. They lose their own motivational force. And then they sit there with a fucking ego and arrogance and go, I don't need to become any better. I can stay a jackass. It's all her fault. I'll find another one. And then it happens on repeat. And it just ends up a downward cycle of dumb.